Alright, there we go. So we'll have some outtakes to do.
So we should touch on when we think games, like with what games we think that the curve. Are we recording right now? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, those were gonna be like outtakes, but nothing actually happened. So
Okay, I can make something happen.
that's a good. It's like a preemptive. Ramble. Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Brash Candy Coot. This is a new little thing we're doing. I don't really want to call it a podcast, but I mean that's kind of what it is. Sadly,
We're gonna call it sit down talkie time. Okay, so I have the talking stone.
I was thinking we could call it either butt stuff or titty fucks, but like
Butt fuck titty stuff.
that's a good one.
That would be let's just destroy the YouTube algorithm.
But yeah,
We didn't want to get monetized anyway.
I'm here with
Okay, so he's.
shit.
Oh, let me help you.
I'm
He's here
Savant.
with take it.
Hi, I'm Savonic, and then beside me we have not CT, and then beside him we have Brash Candy Cunt.
So he just kind of called you a cunt.
Just call me fucking Candy Cunt. Are you fucking serious? Goddamn
Mute the mic,
fucking
mute the mic. He's
channel.
gonna hit him again.
Kidding
He's
me
gonna
right
hit him
now?
again.
I just got so mad that
Stop it, he's dead.
I literally just got so mad that a piece of the remote that I was holding just fell off, and I didn't even like do anything.
Okay.
I didn't
kinda-
grip it hard. What the fuck just happened?
Okay, so kind of a segue into the idea for this here content is with Sekiro coming out recently. There's been a lot of talk about whether or not games should be easy or there should be an easy mode
I don't
included
even know why this is a thing.
in hard mode, and I think it's just kind of game journalists being whiny little bitches.
Game journalists are always retarded.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are kind of coming to the conclusion where it's just like, you know, the accessibility thing has been proven. Where that like I said earlier, that one guy that beat Sekiro in like what 3 or 4 hours using like
And
like
he was disabled.
Yeah, he was literally like a quadriplegic, and he beat the game with nothing but the assisted controls and shit.
So
And-
essentially, get good.
Yeah, and it's like, when you get into that kind of game, like a Souls type game, I think generally the community kind of like knows what to expect at this point. So it's like, there are other games you can play if you're looking for like difficulty accessibility. Like just go play fucking God of War on the easiest difficulty, and then just, beat that game's ass if you want to be like a pussy about it.
Well, From Software's whole claim to fame is like, hey, we make these games super hard so we don't have to make them super long.
Yeah, exactly.
And it saves them money, but it also raises it doesn't raise a question, but it shows an interesting history in the gaming industry, because all the way back to like the first, like Mario was supposed to be hard for that very specific reason, was it prevents them from having to make a ton of game.
Yep.
So when do you think the game started to get like easy?
I don't know, like, to me, it felt like people's tolerance towards, like, NES era difficult games kind of started to wane when games started to get more story-driven, I think.
Cutscenes, man.
Yeah, like, with... I don't know, I guess kind of a bad example is, like, Max Payne 1 and 2.
I'd
Because
say the 90s.
Yeah, like, to me, Max Payne 1 and 2, like, those are kind of, like, hard games, kind of. But... I don't know, like they're more kind of story driven. There's a lot of cutscenes and shit. That's kind of where you start to see devs say, "All right, let's."
Like Tomb Raider and
Yeah,
Resident Evil
exactly.
Well,
1,
see, cutscenes are like the culprit, right? Because
Metal Gear.
you put those cutscenes in, and those are like the reward for the gameplay. Is you get to see this badass like cutscene.
Yeah, exactly.
And so people started probably getting frustrated because it's like, oh shit, this game is hard as nuts.
Yeah, that's like
and I want to see the next cutscene.
That's what people are complaining about with Sekiro. They're like, I just want to see the next part of the game, but the game's saying I'm not good enough to do that. But that that's the whole difference between games and movies. The movie you can just sit there and be like, watching it, sweet. But with a game, a video game can actually deny you access to the next part of the product.
Because it's an interactive process.
Yeah, so it's impossible to suck at watching movies, but you actually can suck at a video game, and the game will punish you for it.
I mean, you kind of could suck at watching movies. I mean, if you don't shut up about it, you don't stop asking questions, just shut up. Just watch the fucking movie.
Why are the Transformers still in perfect condition after that fight? What the
Why,
fuck?
why do their
why
cars
is
take 30 million bullets?
How
but-
can Bumblebee still turn into a beautiful, bright yellow Camaro after all that?
Jurassic Park had a anti-sexism message, right?
Jurassic Park? I don't know what...
No, Jurassic Park actually caught flack because it wasn't gay enough.
What?
Yeah.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was back when the
That's when
LGBT
PC
stuff really
culture
started.
really started kicking
Yeah.
off. Now it's just festered.
That's why John DeLorean. That's why he had to stop making DeLoreans, because the DeLorean was declared too straight for America, and they were just like, you know, if you're gonna drive that car, you might as well just wear your sexuality on your sleeve, dirtbag. So they arrested every DeLorean driver and John DeLorean
this is a
himself,
Cody story.
because he was basically the Chancellor Palpatine of this shit. And
So
yeah,
he was playing both sides of the war?
yeah.
So we got way
The
off.
real story of John DeLorean is almost just as funny.
So you think the 90s though is like around the time games started to like really cater?
Yeah, because,
Well, that's,
I mean,
I
what?
can think of a lot of like hard ass games from the 90s. They're like Doom.
It's not really that hard.
Yeah, you got that.
It's all like pattern.
I think it's weird
That's-
how
That's the thing.
It's weird how well old shooters have aged. Like, to me, like, old-ass, like, Doom and Duke Nukem, like, those games are still fun as shit to play.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. But,
No, you're good.
what do you guys think is the hardest game that you've ever played? Sekiro Shadows died twice. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's tough. I'm gonna have to think about that shit.
Probably any platformer that is based around being hard. They're fucking infuriating.
Well, rejecting obvious answers rejecting obvious answers like that what's that the impossible game and shit that's like programmed to be so frustrating. Like,
You know, I got really fucking good at the first level of that game, and then I could not beat any other level. And it sucked, because I literally bought 2 other levels. I was like, wow, man, I'm gonna get real good at this shit. Nah, it just never happened.
Fat F.
I think it actually led to me breaking one of my iPhones.
I don't really play like
that's my problem.
a whole lot of.
I'm
Like,
kind
it
of a
stems
pussy.
from my usual genres is the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you count Siege, just because of the learning curve takes like a long time.
I guess, like,
it's
we
hard
could-
because of the mechanics.
We could separate the
Yeah,
question
like, it takes
into...
a while to learn how the game do what it do.
We could separate the question into, like, single player versus multiplayer. Like, what do you think is the hardest, like, multiplayer game? And
Quake.
I've never
yeah,
played
Quake.
Quake.
League of Legends, but it's just because that game is weird.
But it's probably because I suck at Quake. But Quake.
I'm
'Cause
trying
it's
to...
all skill. There are a few games like that where it's just all mouse
CS:GO
skill.
is pretty hard. That has a pretty hardcore community of like dudes that have been
Oh,
playing.
I
yeah.
played
that
it
since they were
and I don't know
babies.
what the fuck my problem is, but I do really good. Maybe, I don't know.
Like,
I'll just hop on and go 20 and 5.
that game is riddled with dudes who have been playing it since they were like in their childhood and they're in their like 30s now.
Dude, there's the only problem is that now it's free to play. There's a bunch of fucking hackers. Like, I literally played it like a few weeks ago or whatever, what have not. And dudes was in there just with wall hacks and fucking aimbot. And he was like, no, man, I'm just good. Everyone, even on our team, was like, you're a fucking piece of shit hacker. Fuck off. We just had like 80 kills and no deaths. And I was like, no.
Multiplayer wise. Ah, fuck. Man, I would say, for me, probably just any... Battlefield 1. Purely because I suck fucking massive donkey cock asshole at that game. I don't think... I think I may have gotten 2 kills total in my 3 hours or so of playing it, and
I
then
got
I was
really good at Battlefield 3.
I got really good at Battlefield 4.
I got really, really progressively worse at Battlefield 1 the more I tried. But I really liked the campaign. Campaign was good.
Well, it'll be more interesting to hear your like what's your hardest because you're like into all those Souls and like all those super hard grindy games where the reward is like beating bosses. So what would you say like the hardest single player game you played is?
Fuck. You know? This is another one where, like, there are, like, just a bunch of weird games that pop into my head, but I don't know exactly, like, what to settle on. I would say maybe Neo, and that makes me feel like kind of a bitch, because, like, I don't know, like the Souls community at large thinks Neo is just like the easiest game ever, but that game fucking annihilates my asshole every time. I'm gonna go with Neo on that.
I'm gonna say hardest single player game I've ever fucking played. See, that's the same with me, as I'm like kind of like you, where I like multiplayer games and I like shooters.
Yeah, I don't really go. I do a lot of multiplayer, even though I tried to stem away from it, but I can't.
My hardest multiplayer answer is CS:GO, just because that game had a fat learning curve in like the community. And when I played it, at least, I can't speak for the most recent, like past couple years, but hardest single player is hard, man, because I can't really think of any I've played. But out of the ones I've played, I'd have to say probably either Sekiro, just because that's the first hard game I've ever really like tried to get good at, or fucking Dark Souls fucking 3. 'Cause I didn't even get a quarter. I know that game is like there's people out there that are gonna be like, this fucking new can't even beat Dark Souls 3, but man, I suck at those games. I suck.
I thought Dark Souls 2 was the easiest, but like I don't know, part of getting into Sekiro for me was just getting over like those serious differences between the Souls games and Sekiro, because it's just a totally different way of approaching like every situation, because the combat is so different. And I mean, yeah, like I mean, in the Souls games, once you got the game down and you understood the learning curve and shit, you could beat bosses on the first try if you were careful enough. But in Sekiro, that just wasn't really gonna happen, and I had to learn to get over that. I don't think I beat a single boss in that game on the first try.
Do you have a single player answer? Because like
I really don't.
like I've tried to think of more too, but like I'm just like you.
I don't play a lot of single player games.
Well, interesting like side note is, what was the best like multiplayer game you had competitively?
On a competitive level, Overwatch, because I've got to like plat.
See, same answer.
But my favorite multiplayer ever, I don't know, is probably fucking Black Ops 2, because I played the shit out of that game. Like, I love that game. If they remaster that game, I will be on that more than I would be on Siege.
Probably the best multiplayer game I've ever been good at is Overwatch, because I made Plat 2. It wasn't for very long, but and then I probably like I don't mean to keep talking, but I'm like good at Apex. Like I'm really like Cody's seen. I'm kind of disgusting at Apex. Like
another one of my favorite shooters would be fucking Titanfall. Now that you bring up Apex,
I love fucking Titanfall, dude.
Honestly, like I can't play Apex because anytime I play it, it just makes me want to go play Titanfall.
Dude, Titanfall 2 is the most underrated game of the last 5 years. Like that's like my actual.
That game could have been a big
thesis.
hit.
It should have been. It had a really. It had a really.
One more.
It had a really good campaign. It had great multiplayer.
Mostly just because one had more customization.
Well,
like,
one
you had the three platforms. You had the Atlas, the Ogre, and the Strider, and you could put whatever fucking gun you wanted, whatever missile type, whatever fucking like ability, offensive or defensive. It was fucking sick.
Well, it was less streaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I hate it when companies do that when they release a good game and then they're like, okay, so for the second
like
game, we gotta make it like super simple for these idiots.
I didn't like that at all. The other thing I didn't like is that they changed the triple threat from a grenade launcher to a shotgun. That pissed me off.
And then now it's a sniper rifle in Apex.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's like, it does serious damage. It's only one of
I thought no, that's the triple take, because they have the double take and then the triple take.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good.
Is the Kraber still good in Apex?
That thing does like 100 damage
that thing
body
is,
shots.
Okay, so that thing is so good that it's so rare that I've only seen it like twice in my entire time.
Yeah, I never like got it.
It only comes in care packages, and it only comes in like one care package per game, basically, like one or two. And like it has like a 0.02% chance of spawning. It's ridiculous, but you will win the game. Like as long as you can point your shots, you will win the game. Because you don't even have to hit them in the head unless they have legendary armor and legendary helmet.
I
Like
doubt it. Yeah, dude.
they go down.
It's like 150
I just-
damage to the body or some shit. And then 200 on the headshot. And you're just like, oh my god.
I just pulled a fucking hair out of my mouth. That was nice.
I hate that.
Don't you just
I
love
hate
like
it when they get
biting
stuck
in,
in your teeth.
Yeah, and it's
And
just
then you
like,
have to,
oh,
pull it
who
out
put
of your
this
teeth
there?
like a disgusting piece of floss. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
just
like,
feel like an orc, just like flossing with the hair of your
It
bones.
feels like the hair is growing out of your mouth when I do that. I don't know
Ugh.
about you guys, but I always feel like, oh, I just found this hair growing in my cheek.
Did you know
Ew.
there's an actual like medication? There's probably a few of them out there that do this, but I can't remember what either of them were called. But one of the side effects is legitimately hairy tongue. Like you grow fucking actual hair on your tongue. That would suck ass, dude. Like that would be so fucking uncomfortable.
What the fuck are we talking?
Living with hair in your tongue. We're
Hairy
talking
tongue.
we're talking about pussy tongue.
like,
Could you imagine a girl's reaction if you like, and it's like, ah!
If you just went up to her and licked her vag real quick.
Yeah. No, I meant like if you
Right.
had hairy. I meant if consent was like already like established, and you're going to like do the thing with your mouth on her leg mouth.
How
her
awkward?
leg mouth.
How awkward would it be if like you're like
the lips down under.
you were just like walking outside one night, it's like midnight, and there's just like a girl walking in front of you, and you're just like
And she
in a
pulls
Brazzers
around,
hoodie.
And she turns around and she pulls down her pants and it's just teeth. Nothing but teeth.
What's the easiest game you guys have ever played? Like, what game was like not fun that it was so easy that you can think of?
Oh, dude, shit. There was this old web game called Offensive Combat. It was like a flash-based, like,
insult game with like racist humor in it.
I mean,
no, it was like
Offensive
like a
Combat.
shooter. But like you would have it was like a direct rip-off of TF2, and I played the shit out of it in fucking Seeley's class because I had
Dude,
nothing
alright.
better to do.
There was this really weird.
And I swear to God, every person who played that was a toddler.
This is a link to Funbrain, like at the top of the
dude,
website.
I have
Cool math
Funbrain.
games.
It's
Other
great.
links you'll like.
okay. I'm trying to like grab at these thoughts, but I don't even remember the question.
My
Grab
thoughts are
the
my
thoughts.
own.
Mine.
Oh.
Game that was so easy that it like kind of disappointed you.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go.
I don't have an answer yet. I'm like,
Oh
trying to
shit!
think.
I wonder if I do. Here's my thinking music.
Ba 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 ba. Oh.
Man, I don't know. I've played like a lot of easy games, but I can't think of any like game that was so easy that I was just like, wow, this like really isn't fun.
Conceptually, all the new Call of Duties are that way because like they could be.
I
fun.
literally
'Cause
hop
they have-
on Modern Warfare and
Oh yeah,
murder
seriously.
and massacre.
If we're
and
talking
I haven't
multiplayer-
touched that game in forever.
Multiplayer, definitely. There was this weird game on Xbox back in the day called Nexuiz. I think it was called Nexuiz. I'm not sure how you were supposed to pronounce it. But I remember the developers like specifically saying, "Hey, pronounce it however the fuck you want," because it was just spelled weird. Yeah, go ahead, because I don't have a single
My
player
single
answer.
player answer is going to be controversial, but I stand by it, and that is Batman Arkham City.
That's a great answer, actually.
Because that game had amazing mechanics and like really could have benefited from a little bit of difficulty.
Did it make you feel like Batman?
Well, yeah, in the sense that I'm so OP that it's not even fun to beat these guys up because they don't stand a chance.
That's how Batman
Exactly,
is.
yeah. It's just
But-
you can literally beat the entire game
That's
by just
comic book
pressing
Batman
counter.
for you.
But it had amazing mechanics, and they could have expanded on that, like Shadow of War did, which used the same engine.
Oh yeah.
Because it's all the Warner Brothers, like they shared the engine. But anyway, that's my answer. Just because that game was fun as shit, except for it was literally brainless and not hard, and it could have benefited for some challenge. Because even the bosses were as simple as mashing X.
Oh yeah. Literally, yeah. It was just
But
like
before they could
it was the most
save Mr.
linear
Dent,
ass
they
game. Even
needed to
Arkham
find
City was
him.
just like, hey, you know, you can fly around a little bit and find Riddler trophies. You fuck. You like finding Riddler trophies?
So I'm talking about Arkham City because that was the one for me. I never played
Yeah.
Arkham Knight. I heard it was shit.
I played Arkham Knight, and it was.
Which one was the one?
It
that
was very,
Gray
very
just
meh.
frothed at the mouth at.
Probably Asylum.
I don't know. My problem with Arkham Knight though
Who
was there
was
was way
that
too much
you
fucking
saw?
Batmobile, dude.
Why,
Pretty much
oh,
every-
I think it was that one.
there.
And I
It must
remember,
have been that one.
I remember being so excited, like finally we're getting the Batmobile in this
10
Batman
seconds to
game. What
play
the hell?
time.
We've been
And then
waiting
they
so
really
long.
overcompensated.
Yeah, like the whole fucking game took
5
place in the
seconds
Batmobile, and I'm
to
not playing Batman. I feel like I'm
I
playing
think somebody-
fucking Twisted Metal.
I think somebody on
Now,
YouTube
it was
mentioned
time
that they
to
like
reveal
did the
playing
math.
Batman. I'm
Mr.
playing
Bear.
Batmobile.
I think somebody on like YouTube or Reddit or something mentioned they did the math, and you're in the Batmobile for like a significantly longer portion than you are on foot.
It feels, dude, like there's very little brawling in the game. You're pretty much alternating between Batmobile blowing shit up, which is a very Batman-like activity, I know, and stealth. You're just sneaking
Batman
around.
totally just goes around and blows
Yeah, he
shit
just
up all
mows
the
through
time.
buildings and gets in like Soviet-esque tank battles.
That'll
It's
make
amazing.
the city and police force love him that much more.
Also like Skyrim, because I don't know if you guys know this, but the previous Elder Scrolls games were like hard. Like they weren't easy. And Skyrim was just baby fun time. Like you just
One
there was a couple of hard.
friend
You know what? Yeah, Skyrim is genuinely probably my single-player answer. Skyrim is one of the easiest fucking games ever.
And Fallout 4.
But I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I think Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4 are all pretty fucking easy. Like, I can't really think of a single point in any of those games where I was like, wow, this is tough. Except maybe Broken Steel, where you go into like that sewer where there's just like death claws fucking everywhere. That was a good DLC, but yeah. Every Bethesda game is easy. That's just my
Well, they
single
didn't
player.
used to be that way. Like Morrowind, fucking Oblivion, fucking Daggerfall, all those games were not easy. Because they had to be hard, like we were talking about earlier, because
You
they
think they'll
didn't.
introduce a sorry to interrupt.
No,
Do
you're
you
good.
think they'll introduce like a parrying mechanic in the new Skyrims?
Like, what do you mean?
They probably should, because the combat's really boring and
Yeah.
bland.
Oh, did you say parry?
They don't even have a
Yes.
lock-on system.
Yeah, it's
Skyrim
really garbage.
Skyrim combat is probably the worst combat in any modern game. It's just utterly bad.
Nah,
atrocious.
hope they
Minecraft
update
combat,
it.
but that's supposed to be bad.
Yeah, like
Well, how are you supposed to get more complicated with
Skyrim.
blocks?
Skyrim
it's
is
supposed to be
literally just Minecraft combat with some more pixels, though.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's the same principle. It's just
Smacky, smacky, block, block. Oh, I have magic. Blah 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 blah. You're dead.
You know how hard it was to be like in the first part of the game though to be a good mage, because it's like all the low level spells were way underpowered even for their level. So it would just be like, I'm blasting you with fire, and he's like, I took 2 damage, slice.
Yeah, seriously.
It's like, but I just blasted you with fire, like your face isn't like hurting. It's like, no, 'tis but a scratch.
Sometimes I just like to get a face full of irony from Call of Duty
Tis but a
when I
flesh
just
wound.
like, hunch to a sniper position or something, and then a guy will sneak up behind me and knife me right in the foot,
I once saw
and I die.
I once
Sounds
saw
like Call of Duty.
2 Skyrim guards try to arrest a fish.
Wait, really? That
Yeah, it
sounds
was
like
a weird glitch.
sick fucking.
It was a weird glitch, but like it wasn't a fish. I'm sorry, it was like one of those mud crabs, and it like snipped one of them, and like it was
Stop! You'll think animals
He-
are against the
to
law.
protect the room.
Like he literally
Mr.
approached the mud
Bear
crab and he was like, "You have committed crimes against Skyrim and your people." And the mud crab was like not clawing him, like he was listening to him. Like he was just like it wasn't specifically programmed for people. It was like all entities when this is set to, they like turn.
That's so weird.
And he was and
Even if it's a mud crab.
and then the mud crab just attacked him. And he killed him.
The mud crabs only served as like fast travel anti-beacons. They
They're
weren't
so
really,
annoying.
they weren't real enemies. They just served to prevent you from fast
I
traveling in certain
remember
regions.
I got a Khajiit really up there, and I did that just by beating the shit out of everything like this. And
Dude, the Khajiit were fun as fuck to
I
just
would
go
just one
fisticuffs
tap
up.
every single fucking mud crab ever.
We could do like a permadeath run on like the hardest difficulty Skyrim.
I don't know.
Stalled.
Actually, like, have you played Skyrim on Legendary, which actually is the highest difficulty? It's Legendary. It's actually like bullshit hard because
enemies have 8
the
million health.
yeah, and the horrendousness of the combat really shows because it's you can't like dodge in Skyrim, you can't like dip around, you can't parry, you can't do anything like locking on wise. You're really just kind of blundering at enemies with buttons. And it's really, really bad. Like on a high difficulty, you die really fast. You have to manually save a lot.
To answer your question of,
They
do you
knew
think they'll
where
put a
Mr. Bear
pairing
was
system in
hidden.
it? The answer is no, because it's Bethesda. And they don't know what innovation is. They just know, like, hey, we put a
Big
new
map.
skin on the
Pretty
same
thing.
engine.
Just be glad
Look
that
at
we
this.
used the Fallout 4 engine, guys. We're gonna downsize.
We're gonna upsize.
On
Chuck.
the upside,
On the upsize.
yeah, cigarettes are existent.
Yes.
They do in fact do that.
Only 25 minutes into this bitch. So let's go ahead and float over to our sponsors.
All right, so
Thanks for sponsoring us, the Dollar Shave Club.
Dollar Shave Club. Hey, you heard us right. Dollar Shave Club. Club, 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 club,
I'm the
club, 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 club.
Glub.
I'll go ahead and edit a bunch of
And I
glubs.
love-
Club, club, club,
I'm
club,
the
club, club, club,
Glub
club. Anyone here ever been to a book signing?
no,
Never
that
signed
sounds like an
books.
incredibly boring event.
Me neither. Yeah.
I love
Been a
Just
while.
going to
back.
stand in a, just going to stand in a quiet bookstore and just be like, I'm
Friend
so excited.
remained standing.
Like to a dude
I've
that's
met a
just, like,
celebrity.
balding. Who?
Never.
Have you?
I've met like most of the 9 News people.
And just like that,
Do you know who any of them are?
cars were all
And yeah, no one knows who those people are unless you live in Colorado and you just watch local news.
All I know is that
But-
blue guy who kind of looks like shaved Dr. Phil.
Well-
I don't know who the fuck that would be.
I don't mean to brag,
And
but,
then
But I've also
obviously
met-
gay blonde guy.
I've met a
You know who
football
I'd
player
like
that
to
no
meet?
one's heard of
I'd
called
like to
named
meet,
Justin Bannon.
Larry Uleberry and Kathy J.
I don't mean to brag, but I fucked Megan Fox.
I don't know why, but I thought you were gonna say
No, I've
something
seen
different.
I did not.
The celebrity I would like to meet is Terry Crews. Like,
That'd be pretty
ultimate
sick.
power. The dude's like a super chill guy. Like, he's really cool. And he's really
Right.
funny.
Either
too.
him or the guy.
Damn, remember when he was on Dr. Phil for his porn addiction?
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
we could look that up and watch it.
Oh, okay. Do it.
We could. I mean, like, too bad we don't have like a camera or
We
anything,
need to
but you
find
know.
Mr.
What's
Bear,
your favorite
that
web
rascal,
story?
they said.
Oh shit, the one about puppies getting crunched.
Did they taste good?
Nah, it's like a real sexual fetish thing. Thousands of dudes jerk off to is women in fucking heels stomping on live puppies.
Oh, that's weird.
What about like
Like millions of views.
That's gross.
what about naked chicks just stuffing copious amounts of food into their mouth? Like just mukbanging naked chicks. You're telling me that Terry Crews' name is not spelled Terry-C-R-U-Z? It's literally spelled Terry Crews.
Terry.
It's
Yeah.
just far
That's not okay.
Straight up Terry Crews.
Well, I lost a little bit of
There
respect. I'm just kidding.
always was Mr. Bear.
Yeah, Terry
Yeah,
Crews.
he chose his name.
Waiting longer.
Doctor. He needs to get a legal spelling change.
Oh man, this is my favorite.
Actor Terry Crews on how addiction to porn almost cost him his marriage. And do we really need to relive this?
I think this is the part in Siege
I don't
where.
want to lose respect for my hero.
Oh no, this isn't the part in
There he
Siege where there was
was,
just a smoke
Mr.
chilling in the
Bear.
window. and they were
Apparently,
staring him
apparently
down.
he was sexually assaulted by
Yep.
a fellow wrestler
Yep.
named
And
Adam
he's,
Bennett.
You know who else
He's
was
actually
sexually assaulted by a fellow wrestler? Hulk Hogan.
Hulk
he's
Hogan
iron-
sexually
by
assaulted
Iron
his
Sheik.
daughter. Yeah, he like rubbed sunscreen all up on her ass, man. He got in there. I don't know why I'm saying this all
Iron
erotically.
Sheik
It's-
popped a fat boner on Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, dude, I have.
Terry Crews is speaking out for male sexual abuse victims. Important stuff.
I thought you were gonna say Hulk Hogan was, and I was like, wow.
No, he's like, so a lot of male sexual abuse victims are like afraid to come forward because they'll be like less manly, and he's like, nah, fuck that. Like if you're getting raped, fucking tell somebody.
Yo, if your junk getting
if you
grabbed.
get raped, stop it. Get some help.
So, yeah, hard video games, hard dicks.
There was still a
my
man
mind.
running around.
Big chicks and fat nicks.
Fat Nick is a rapper.
Really?
You didn't know that?
What?
Yeah, dude, where was y'all at when Fat Nick was on the email trying to stop depressed
Where
parents
was
from
y'all at when I was on the email telling all my fans not to kill themselves?
Is that a song?
Where was y'all at when I was in the classroom handing out t-shirts and fucking all the teachers?
My name Teacher Fucker.
Who's your favorite out of the Pauls? Which Paul?
I fucking hate them all.
But like,
I would say mini Logan Paul, mini Jake Paul, whatever.
Jake.
The little tiny kid that's like 2 years old, because he looks like he could
Jake
actually.
Paul?
He's gonna grow up and be like, yo, what the fuck? Why did my parents put me in this shit?
Dude, he's doing fine. Like, he's actually more successful than Big Jake Paul.
Yeah, well, that's how it works, man.
Fuck, dude. You know what? Maddie B raps.
That kid is.
Matty B raps. He's probably like 35
I wonder
now.
if he's still at it.
Of course he is. He's Maddie B rapping.
Yeah, dude. Except he's 35 now, so he's called Matty
Oh
B.
shit, he's like
Lil Matty.
He's still pulling like 23 million views. This was 2 months ago. I thought for sure he wasn't still at it.
Not he be doing shit. I don't know why I know that, but I mean, I just assume as much because he's a little child who wants money. A little greedy fuck. My name Captain. Bro, this is my jam, bro.
Oh, he's a singer. He's a rapper.
What is happening?
This is Matty B Raps.
Why is Matty B Raps? Why is every Matty B Raps music video in a fucking classroom?
He's
Always.
a child, bro. Youth, bro.
I don't understand anything else. My life is school. Our parents.
Imagine when this kid discovers like Xanax. He's dead, dude. That's bad. That's a mean thing to say.
Get out of here.
I literally just said, yeah, this child star, dude, he's gonna die. But,
They always
like,
do.
yeah.
He doesn't rap. Yeah, he's not rapping. He's just singing. He's a singer now. He realized he couldn't
Maddie
rap.
singing.
Okay, so Matty B Raps, bap, dap, bap. All right, bap.
All right, Bap.
So let me get this. Let me get the 411 on why that mug is broken.
Oh, you actually want to know the story of this shit? Dude, it's amazing. Like, I was actually, like, cleaning it out. What the fuck? Okay, my phone just fell off my penis, but that's okay.
I hate when that happens.
But yeah, I was just, like, scrubbing it with a
no.
napkin, and then I was holding it by the handle, and then I literally just pulled the handle off with my fucking hand. I was just like,
Because
okay.
It's time to go, I
No,
guess.
the handle's actually over there, just chilling.
You need
Like, I might super glue it back
some
on.
milk.
I need
Some super glue
I
milk.
need some milk.
What's
Mommy's
your
Milkies.
What's your favorite like toxin, like
Milk
neurotoxin?
Dopamine.
That's not a neurotoxin.
I don't know what
That's a neuro. Nick.
What's the
Fuck
name?
nugget.
Oh, ricin. Ricin.
Ricin. Oh, that's a good one. Have you ever used ricin?
No,
Yes,
no.
actually. I do
Yeah,
that
so
frequently.
I used it 12 hours ago, so I got about 36 hours till I die.
That's pretty sweet.
Pretty great so far, no effects.
Pretty
I don't
soon.
think I'm gonna die.
We're gonna be able to have like a podcast set up where we'll just be able to like sit and smoke with an ashtray without having to get up. But-
Yeah, like I'm thinking we're gonna end this soon, so I can like ask you for a cigarette.
But as of right now, we are gonna have to sit here because otherwise we're gonna stank this bitch up.
All right, what up, my boy?
But
One friend
we have a
remains.
Patreon. Go support us. I'm just kidding. We
You guys
don't.
want a link to our Patreon?
If
It's
you-
www.patreon.com/chase/Aaron.
Also, I don't think we ever even mentioned this, but that we're actually all really stoned, and we thought it'd be kind of special to do our first episode stoned as shit
Of
because
the second season of the
we've-
Unnamed Podcast.
we've been dabbing.
I be flossing all day.
I got hose, and you know what? They're calling.
All right, well, anybody else got anything else to add about hard video games? That thing we were talking about 25 minutes
Who
ago.
wants to tell me about their experience with Siege?
I'm not good at it, and it frustrates me because I'm really competitive, and I hate when I can't get good at a game.
You just gotta play it more.
I don't know.
That's
I've been
literally it.
I've been playing it like all day.
Love it.
Apex just makes me want to. Like I said this before. Apex just makes me want to play Titanfall.
And I don't know, like I like Siege, and
I love
it's one of those things where I can like feel myself kind of getting better at it the more I play it,
That is what happens.
which is sort of the case with like most games, unless you're just one of those
like,
inept
look at me. I
people.
hop on and I go like 7-1 the whole time.
Like pretty much, I don't know, if you play any game enough, you're gonna get better at it, unless you just don't learn from anything you're doing wrong. Which
There's a lot of people
sometimes
like
I do that.
There's a lot of people that are permanently like that. where
Sometimes
they
I
just can't
do
learn.
I do stupor myself like that.
Yeah, like you do the same stupid thing over and over again, thinking like, oh, I got it. Like I don't need to improve. It's just
Sometimes I
stupid.
do that in the Siege just because I'm like, oh, what happened? I suffer from the what happened syndrome, and I say that because you'll kill like two dudes in the same place, and then the rest of their team just comes over to investigate, and then you can murder them too, and they're just so one guy is just like, what happened? And then he comes around the corner, you shoot him, another guy comes around the corner like, what happened? You know, it's just a cycle, and it repeats like 4 times.
suffer from the it's happening syndrome. And then I just, I stiff up, and then my aim gets all noodly, but I'm getting better at not doing that, which is good. That's kind of the key to any multiplayer game, is to get over that fritzy phase.
Yeah, not to frantically press the button.
Yep, otherwise you're gonna lose to the more chill combatant.
Well,
tilting.
I find that
Yep.
if you let yourself let your muscle memory take over, then it works a lot better.
Oh yeah,
That's why I
for
like
sure.
playing Stone, because my mind goes elsewhere and my body's just like,
I like playing rocks.
I like playing grass.
I like playing Kick the Rock.
What's
Wanna
your
pee on the gay ass damn rock?
how cool would it be if, like, the world ended and you were just like this weed farmer up in the mountains somewhere?
Did end.
The world would just come to you for their
The world
hemp.
ended in 2012 and we're
Mm.
living in a
They'd
psychological
be like, look,
lie.
dude, we need your weed now more than ever. We're really fucking hungry. We're just gonna like smoke and hope that it heals us.
You know,
That's not gonna
game
fix hunger.
Oh yeah, it
I
will.
wanna play.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sure, it will.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll make you
I
so
got it.
hungry
I
that
got
you'll
it.
eat the dirt.
I got something. Most favorite psychological, like, screw up. Like, it just fucks with you. Like, psychological thriller game.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I was like, psychology.
I'm gonna have to think. I feel like I played one recently that was really good.
No, I'm just-
I need to like stretch my back out.
Mine
here.
is always gonna be Soma, honestly. I love that game. Fucking amazing.
I never got around to playing that. I'm still gonna have to fucking do that.
So good.
I had it installed at one
You
point.
heard of Soma? Dude, I don't want to talk about it, like, a lot, but it's so good. The
I
whole
don't know.
concept is about what makes you a person
And there's
you know,
nothing scarier than
and
people.
consciousness. It's so great. It's so good.
Psychological thriller.
It's so fucking
I honestly
amazing.
can't even think of one.
Oh man.
It's a good question.
Cover the hostage.
It's a mindfuck game.
I want to say. I want to say Indigo Prophecy. But holy shit, that game has aged terribly. But the story is still kind of cool. I don't know if you've ever heard of that shit. It's called
Siege gameplay in the background.
It's called Fahrenheit in like everywhere else in the world except America.
Harry Potter.
There it's called Celsius.
I did play all the Harry Potter games pretty much.
But why?
There were only a few I liked.
But why?
I can't think of a good answer to your question, Aaron. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I liked
disgusting.
Harry Potter when I was a kid. I thought some of the games were kind of fun, but
Why am I PP hard?
most of the time they were just kind of ass. I remember when I first discovered like Halo and shit at my cousin's house. I was like, wow, violent video games can be cool. I don't need to be such a puss.
Halo really changed things for me as well.
Also, Gears of War. Gears of War was like one of the first more violent games I played when I was younger.
Crash Bandicoot is my favorite psychological thriller. Oh, crap. The only answer I can really provide is Dead Space. Dead Space
Dead
was
Space
fun.
is pretty.
Oh yeah,
frickin'
Dead Space 1. I
Have you
really like
played
Dead Space
3?
2.
Have you played through 3?
No, I've
Do you know
only
the
played 1 and
story
2.
of 3?
I don't.
I hate it, but I love it just because it's so fucking cool. Like, that's when you get to see, like, that fucking Cthulhu moon. That moon that's just, they're called Brethren moons, and basically they're like the Reapers. They come around every so often just to harvest shit for food.
Oh,
It's
fuck yeah.
fucking awesome. So they created the markers, and they use the markers that, like, the markers seek out intelligent life, and they, like, build it up to the point where they can, like, I don't know, it's crazy.
The only reason I didn't play it was because I heard EA shoved microtransactions in it.
I don't know, I've seen the intro and I just thought it looked dumb. I was like, hey, look, space
I remember
Nazis.
we were about to play 3.
Yeah,
We got through the intro when we were like, this sucks.
Yeah,
and then we just stopped playing.
We fell out of love with it instantaneously.
1 and 2 were so fucking good, though.
They really were. I really
peak,
liked Dead Space
peak
2.
Dead Space was Dead Space 2.
I
Hands
agree.
down. Just the stomping. I stomp. I'm a stompy boy. They call me Stompman.
I will say though, I've always liked Resident Evil a little bit more than Dead Space, but that's just because Resident Evil is like a childhood game. And the
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 remake is like really fucking good.
Did you know they call me Prime Octopus?
Did you guys ever did you ever play any of like the old Resident Evils?
I didn't
I
really get
didn't.
to play that many old games.
I didn't play Resident Evil that
Back
much.
with like
I think
tank
the only
controls
I
and shit.
played.
I've heard you talk about it. I've heard seen the.
I played the
footage and
first
stuff.
Spyro.
Man, we'll have to like we should get like a PS1 one of these days and just go on like a vintage binge.
We could just get an emulator, bro.
Oh yeah, I'd like to point out
Oh,
right
yeah.
here how that fucking bull right there has the same bullshit eyes that the horse does at DIA. It's fucking creepy.
Yeah, if you guys have ever
And
been
I think
to
that
like
was a nod to that.
seriously like yeah.
I think so.
Except at
DIA is
DIA,
creepy in
at
general.
DIA it's a horse, but it looks the exact same.
It's a blue horse. Here it's a red bull.
Yeah.
Politics.
DIA is creepy in general, my dude. Like, I don't like that place.
It's in the shape of a
I
Nazi
agree.
uniform. I mean,
It's got the arms and the legs. A Nazi could fit in there.
Guys, DIA stands for dicks inside
dicks
await.
in anus.
And if you really like look into that's actually Nazi nomenclature for
no.
Jews die here.
I still remember when everyone freaked out about the Anubis statue, and they were like,
Dude, there's like some. It's like I don't understand why they need to have gargoyles there. It's like what the fuck is just like an actual nod to the hit TV series Gargoyles, starring the Gargoyles.
I wouldn't describe that as a hit TV series.
I don't know. I liked it.
It has a cult following, that's for sure, because I liked it.
I was a member of that cult.
I am too,
fucking-
because that TV show was done.
I think I ran into you once at Gargoyles camp.
Did you guys go to GargoyleCon? Garcon?
Garcon, bro. Did you go to Garcon?
Is that
Garcon
sh-
7.
Is that show still a thing? Like, when are they gonna
it's
remake
been
that?
dead as shit.
They're gonna be like,
They
hey,
never will.
Cartoon Network's Gargoyles.
Because they're gay. They're gay.
Gargoyles go.
Go, go, Gargoyle Ranger.
We got Gargoyles Go, we got Johnny Test Go, we
Oh,
got,
God.
we got Powerpuff Go.
I think, wait, isn't Powerpuff Go a
They-
thing?
No,
They
dude,
did it for a season.
The dude who, like, made the reboot inserted him, like, self-inserted his headcanon for himself into that show, and he's like this big buff nerd dude who has like this weird relationship with one of them. It's fucking
Wait, he
weird.
like fucks the real Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah, the red hair one, whatever that
Yeah,
bitch's
he's
name
your
is.
boy.
Wait, he's got like a blow up doll of her or something?
No, he
No,
inserted
like,
himself
he, like,
into the show.
Into the animation itself. Like, it
Ew.
looks just like him, but buffer. It's
And
fucking
like,
weird.
and it's his name and everything?
Probably, I don't
Oh
remember.
my
I
god.
didn't go that
What the
in
fuck?
depth, but he's in it.
That's amazing, dude.
I'm gonna
Like,
fuck these
No,
girls.
it's so
give me
gross.
now
just-
my life goal is to obtain enough money to buy out 343 so I can insert myself into Halo.
And make
Bam,
it
turns out I was Master Chief all along. John 117, who the fuck is that?
Purple
Nah, it was
or
Cody
her
501.
Blueberry booty.
Master Chief, yeah.
See, I can do a good Master
Chief voice. It's gonna make you sound like this. Cortana, give me skin.
Master Chief is Cartman all along.
The lowest I can do.
How
like,
do I reach
so
these
weird
keys?
Skips voice.
I
I'm Skips.
I made myself laugh.
Muscle Man really well though.
That was good.
I made myself laugh.
know, bro. It kind of turns into Hulk Hogan. Or not Hulk Hogan, fucking
It does.
Randy Savage.
It turns into the Incredible Hulk.
My name's Hulk Savage.
Alright, well, you guys about ready to wrap this up? Good
I'm gonna wrap
45
my-
minutes
Yeah.
of content.
I'm gonna grab a smoke now, fellas.
Alright, well, it was good to talk to you guys. I hope
fucking hate
that.
all of you.
I mean, I doubt any of you made it this far, but thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. This has been Chase on the Chase channel, signing off.
Fuck off.
Remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to see more dab-tastic content.
subscribe.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully we'll have an actual title for this bad boy soon.
I like men.
You know.
Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, well,
We
that
can
could be a
edit
good
that out.
outtake, right? Good outtake.